We're very pleased with the return on investment because we were able to achieve it within 3 to 5 months.
We didn't take but maybe 2 bad checks during the time we purchased BioPaid, which was about maybe 16 months approximately. So it paid for itself, and I'm very happy with it.
You can measure your losses and say, wow, you know what? My losses are down 60% compared to last year. The system's already paid itself.
Just by word of mouth, you can get certain places with multiple co-workers coming in and cashing your checks, and they might even come in at the same time in a little group. So that, in terms of that, it has helped my business grow.
Having the data from other retailers to be able to access any information that they have on bad checks, that helps us.
Over the last year and a half, I've recommended the system to several retailers to tell them the positive results we've seen from it.
And the system has been fantastic for us. It has helped us grow our check cashing business dramatically in the 5 years.
Our customers are very satisfied with BioPay. They feel that every check cashing store should have one.
I like BioPay because you don't have to, no hassle with the ID cards or anything. You just come right in, put your finger on it, and everything pops up in the system. It's real quick and easy.
Absolutely. They like the fact that they come in the original time with their ID, and then they know they don't ever have to come back with it again. I mean, they can't forget this. You know what I mean?
So it's been easier for them too, because now they can come Sunday, even if the office is closed, and they know they're registering there. And they don't have to have the time the one supervisor is there. So it's working really good for the customers too.
So now when I want to cash a check, put my finger on there, and you get this lovely face. That's it. And you're in the system. And it's simple as that. So you should really come in. It's better than a bank if you ask me.
They like it because all they do is come in, put their fingerprint, their name pops up, their picture, and it's a quick process.
Since we started with the BioPay, we have like 85 to 90% less fraud.
Just the deterrent of having someone's picture taken, knowing they're going to have their picture taken or they're going to have their fingerprint taken, that in itself I think works as a big deterrent. And people who would maybe consider doing it will think twice and just decide to go down the street somewhere else where they're not as security conscious.
This guy went into a location in Florida that had BioPay, put his fingerprint on, and up popped the red decline. This customer has issue with Dunn's Corner Market in Riverdale, Maryland. So they turned him down. So, even all the way down in Florida, we shared the bad information. Wherever this guy went with BioPay, he was on the bad list.
Some of these people are professionals. We had a few sting operations in some of our locations, some of our buildings where LAPD was raiding these homes. And they had the whole entire technology to duplicate California DMV cards, INS cards also, Social Security cards. So it seems like these people already had, they were basically competing with BioPay to see who will make it out there, but BioPay beat them.
And it happened just last week. We have a customer that we're not cashing checks, and he thought he can go to another location far. And he went. He goes, I'm in the system. And guess what? The note was there. You can't cash the check because he owes money. So it helps a lot.
It's also stopped some checks that we would have taken had we not known they had been declined a few cities over, or a few states over. And again, it limits the risk.
It's also cut down on identity theft because of the biometrics and the fingerprinting technology. When the customer is cashing the payroll check, it is that person.
As far as the negative checks that we would file with any law enforcement agencies, the first comment out of anyone's mouth is, wow, you've got all this information on this person? This is fantastic. We've never seen such good identification on a person that's cashing a bad check.
You have a picture front and back, if you want, of each check. It has a signature of the person back there. If you need that to use that for forgery purposes, you have it on file. It's incredibly detailed, and that you can see, specific day, specific hour someone came in, and you got their picture on top of it right there with them. So if someone's trying to say it wasn't them, it'd be near impossible to do that.
Many check cashers are not able to identify the person that passed a bad check, but with BioPay, you have a net. You catch them.
You put your information into my computer, I take your picture, get your fingerprints, and the next time you come in, all you need is to put your finger on the little scanner and I can cash your check. What more can you ask for?
We ask them, can you put your fingerprint on the reader? And so the reader, oh, what is that going to do? It's going to record your fingerprint in the system, so next time you come in, you don't need your license anymore. It makes it easy for you. So if you forget your license, we'll still cash your check. So they get a kick out of that.
At first, I was skeptical, but dealing with a lot of seniors, we found that they actually welcome it.
It's funny, you watch them on a Friday night, they're lined up, and one after the other. We don't have to say anything, you know, you just click cash check, the light comes on, they know to put their finger there.
Been no problem at all. I mean, everyone thinks it's neat. The guys that come in, they don't believe it, they just think it's so cool they can put their finger on that reader. And a lot of times we'll spin the screen around so they can see their photograph, and they think it's cool.
In fact, we had customers coming in when they heard about it, wanting to sign up, and waiting until they were able to actually sign up and get themselves identified, and the ability to cash the check was what was paramount to them.
But once they're in the system, after the initial sign up, it's very, very quick. They put their fingerprint on their fingerprint reader, they show up on our screen, and you enter the amount of the check, and that's it. It's boom, 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 real quick.
The BioPay system is very easy to learn and train your people. BioPay has put a lot of time and energy into the research and development of the system, and it's like operating any other PC, in your home. Customer puts their finger down, calls up the person, the customer scan the check, and either accept or decline it. It's that simple.
What kind of a system should be implemented for dummies? Check cashers for dummies or something? This is definitely it. It's a no-brainer.
All you have to do is read the screen, and it tells you exactly what to do.
I can get one of my employees to cash their check. So that way, if I'm doing something in the back, I'm doing some paperwork, I'm checking in some stock or something like that, I don't have to be there to cash a check, which is so nice to know that there's something there that's protecting my interests.
Within the first 30 days of using it, everyone had gained a significant knowledge on how the system worked, and they were able to tell us how it worked more so than us telling them how to work it.
And overall, it's just a great system. Anybody that calls here, I tell them if they're in check cashing, they're crazy to be in the business without it. And I mean that. I mean, I couldn't imagine doing this without the system.